Welcome to Screw the Commute, the entrepreneurial podcast dedicated to getting you out of the car and into the money. With your host, lifelong entrepreneur and multimillionaire, Tom Antion.
Hey everybody, it's Tom here with episode 971 of Screw the Commute podcast. Today we're going to talk about visual search. This is part one of a couple parts. I don't know how many parts we'll have, but this is part one of visual search. This is, I've talked about image search in the past, but this is kind of an image thing on steroids. So that's what we'll talk about today. And let's see, hope you didn't miss episode 970. That was fighting burnout. I've been doing this, I've been in my own business for 48 years and 32 of them online, something like that. So since 1994 or 31 online. So there's some tips there that'll help you out to stop from getting burnt out doing this stuff. Okay, let's see. Grab a copy of our automation ebook at screwthecommute.com/automate free. Check out my mentor program and my school, the only licensed dedicated internet and digital marketing school in the country, probably the world. Certified to operate by SHEV, the State Council on Higher Education in Virginia, but it's distance learning, so you can be anywhere in the world and take our school. And, if you do, you're going to have a highly in-demand skill in a very short period of time and not be in debt for the rest of your life. All right, so there you go. All right, so here we go. So visual search is kind of an advanced image search. We're going to talk about Google Lens today. And as I said, I've always talked about image search, where you could take a picture of something and then search for that thing online and then go to their website and find out what it's about and all that. Well, Google Lens is kind of like that, but it uses AI to give you a bunch of information about whatever you happen to be looking at. And this is from the side of you searching for stuff. And we're going to get into what you do to make your site better so people can find you through Google Lens and visual search. Anyway, to start at, what you do is you look at an object, and then if you have Google Lens installed, and by the way, you may not have it automatically installed, but and this is for Android or iPhone, you can go to their individual stores and download it yourself. And you can look at an object, and Google Lens will interpret what it's seeing and give you more information about it right there. Bam, wham, thank you, ma'am. It'll do other things too. It'll scan text for you. It'll even translate text into a different language for you. If you're looking at something with your camera and you want it to translate, it'll translate it for you. You could be out and about and look at a certain landmark. And before I say that, this is an emerging technology, so it's improving all the time, and a lot of places that you go, it may not be in there yet and might not know anything about it yet. Who knows? It can probably go and find other pictures of it, but if it's some obscure thing that nobody cares about, nobody's known about, that probably is not going to give you any results. But if it's a reasonable landmark, then it'll give you facts about it. If it's some kind of place where you have to visit, it'll tell you what hours they're open. I mean, just from looking at it with your camera. And another thing it'll do is you can do what's called circle to search. So you could hone in on a particular part of what you're looking at, and it'll zoom in on that for you and tell you all about that. So for instance, let's say you're looking at a picture of a guy wearing a really cool watch. Well, you circle the watch, and now it cuts out everything but what the watch is, and it tells you all the details about the watch. So very cool. I mean, it'll even, I should use this one. It'll even help you get dressed. So it'll tell you what, if you are looking at wearing a certain sweater or something, it'll tell you what other things that cool people would wear with that sweater. I mean, just crazy the things will do now. So anyway, that's from your perspective of you using it to search for stuff and figure stuff out, right? But let's say you want to make your website better so that you can be found easier. Well, there's several things you can do. One is you can join up with Google Merchant Services and put all your products in there and tell them all about it and all that stuff. But if you don't want to do that, I mean, not that it's a bad idea to do that, but you can just make sure that any pictures that are on your site of your products are high quality, that they load fast, that you have put text in the alt description, you've named the file name of the picture or photograph properly, you have entered EXIF data, that's EXIF data, that's like the time and date of the picture and what camera it was taken from and all that stuff. Even though the thing is slanted towards images, it still can use that stuff to help you be found better. Also, if you get a geek involved, I don't even mess with this stuff, you can use what's called structured data markup to put extra stuff in your HTML code that the search engines love, and it doesn't really affect the viewer. They don't even know you're doing it. And again, I don't do it personally myself. It's something I would get my geeks to do for me. That's structured data markup. All right, so I just want to introduce you to this in part one. Google Lens, look it up, play with it on your phone. If you don't have it on your phone, download it and get used to playing with it. And like I said, it's an emerging technology, so it's getting more and more stuff in it. It'll do more and more, and it's maturing a little bit. So it'll keep getting better over time. All right, so that's part one. Watch for part two next week on visual search, and there's all kinds of other things and places you can be exposed to visual search. And of course, check out my mentor program at greatinternetmarketingtraining.com, and you get a scholarship to the school I was telling you about if you are in my mentor program, and you can gift it to somebody, and it would be one of the best gifts you could ever in a million years give to a young person, because they can have a career and not be working at Starbucks after spending hundreds of thousands of bucks at a 4-year college. All right, so check it all out, greatinternetmarketingtraining.com, and imtcva.org is my school, Internet Marketing Training Center, Virginia.org. All right, we'll catch you all in the next episode. See you later.